Stockpile food. These are the warnings that we're hearing coming out today, October the 31st, 2024. Let's take a look at the latest headlines with me. Europeans are told to stockpile food in case of war with Russia, but we're hearing this is not secluded to not secluded to Europe. Russia warns of the United States of the risks of World War III, and we heard them tell the United States 2 months ago as things escalated. Take a look at this. Russia said that the West was playing with fire by considering allowing Ukraine to strike deep into Russia with Western missiles, which we have heard might be approved now that North Korea has sent troops over to Russia, and cautioned the United States on Tuesday, back in August, that World War III would not be confined to Europe. And right now, as I shared with you, the headlines are coming out that Europe is telling its civilians to stockpile food in case of war coming with Russia. Now, take a look at this coming out on X. I'm going to take a look at a couple posts with you that are coming out today. This is trending. This was last updated 3 hours ago. It says, just in, the European Union warns its citizens to stockpile food and supplies in case of a war with Russia. As a part of this strategy, the European Union should advise households to be prepared to be self-sufficient for a minimum of 72 hours in the event of an emergency, so 3 days. The European Union Commission is calling on its citizens to stockpile up on supplies, as most bloc countries are not in a position to ensure their survival of their citizens for at least 3 days. Here's another one coming out from a European newspaper. Every household should have supplies for 72 hours. Updates. After Russian nuclear drills yesterday, European Union warns its citizens to stockpile food and supplies in case of war with Russia. Again, all of these coming out today, October the 31st, 2024. And here's another one just in. European Union says people should stockpile emergency supplies in case of war with Russia or another emergency. And again, we're hearing that this is not going to be designated to just Europe. If war breaks out with Russia, they are saying the United States will be in the middle of this. Russia warning the U.S. this will not be secluded to Europe with these warnings 2 months ago. And look, this coming out today, as I shared with you, the headlines are coming out. Europeans are told to stockpile food in case of war with Russia. So I'm going to be sharing with you the latest details coming out from this article so that way you can see it for yourself with the breaking news coming out today, October the 31st, 2024. Now, also, be sure to stick with me to the end because I've got some information that I want to share with you, and we're going to be hopping over to the other channel. So let me share this with you very quickly here. Take a look at this. This is the other channel. As you can see, it is here in this location. But there are two channels. One is Steve Ram. That is me. Steve Ram, one word. It's approaching 4,000 followers. There is the Steve Ram. That is a phony account, and I see people subscribing to it. Do not subscribe to this one right here, the Steve Ram. In fact, if you could do me a favor and you could report the Steve Ram as a phony account that's pretending to be me, please do so. This one to the left, Steve Ram, this is the one that you want to join. And right after this live stream, let me click on it. I'm going to be going live about an update that's coming out here. You can see upcoming. You're going to want to check that one out on my channel right after this. It will be exclusively on that other channel. It will not be on this one. So if you want to get updates on what you just saw, it is going to be right after this. So stick with me. I'll let you guys know when this is over. I will put a link to it so that way you can hop over to the other channel and get updates on what is coming out today as well, October the 31st. Some pretty disturbing news coming out I want to share with you on the other channel right after this live stream. Now, we're going to dive into the latest, though, get you caught up as to what is going on with these warnings coming out for stockpiling food. And if you appreciate the updates, do me a favor before we dive in, take a quick second, hit that like button for me, help spread this out further. Also, I mentioned I had a meeting with YouTube today, and they told me that one of the primary ways they're going to be spreading out more content across the platform is through Super Chats. I typically don't like to request Super Chats because I don't feel good about asking for funds or whatever, asking people to pay money, so no need to do so. However, if you do, it's much appreciated. It is now, they're saying, the #1 way to help a channel spread across other platforms. But if you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. all you got to do is hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. And also, as always, these articles are all going to be linked in the description below. I cite all the sources, put it on the screen, read right from it, have hyperlinks for you so you can click it and see it for yourself and know that this is, in fact, the latest. Like to hold myself to a level of accountability for the community so that way you know exactly what is going on. And again, if you appreciate that, do me a favor, take a second, hit that like button for me. Help spread this out. I see we've got 2,166 people live with me in the room, 500 likes. If we could get half of the room, that would be roughly 1,000 likes. That would be awesome. Just takes a second. And like I said, subscribe if this is your first time here. I'll keep you up to speed on everything so you know exactly what is going on. So let's go ahead and take a look at this so that way we can hear what is taking place. And again, we're hearing these warnings are coming out here from the European Union regarding what they're saying. It looks like war is coming with Russia, but we are also hearing Russia saying, listen, if we go to war with the European Union, with NATO, this will not be isolated to them, the United States. You better watch yourself as well. Julia, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that a 10. Kimberley, thank you for the $2 super chat. Love your content. Keep up the great work. I appreciate that a ton. I will continue to do so. Also, Kimberly Fasco, thank you for the like, she said, and supporting the channel by hitting that join button. Appreciate you a ton. Somebody's saying, when you go live on the other channel too. Yes, right after this. So stick with me through this update. Once this is over, I'm going to jump right over to the other video, and I've got some important, disturbing news to share with you that came out today, October the 31st. It's going to be exclusively on the other channel. It will not be here on YouTube. Some updates that I'd like to update you on, so stick with me to the end of this live stream. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at this so I can get you caught up as to what is going on here, as we are hearing that Europeans are being told to stockpile food in case of a war with Russia. And as you saw from the headlines, they are saying 3 days worth of supplies. And take a look here. There's this little video clip that says the report on Europe's civilian and military preparedness, published on October 30th, yesterday, was written by the former Finnish president, Sauli Niinisto. It says people living in the European Union should stockpile emergency supplies in the event of war breaking out or another emergency, a new report has advised. Now, before I go any further, I forgot to mention, I also have linked in the description various supplies that you and your family can access and stockpile on if you are interested. I have a free guide if there are power failures in the United States to take a look at. If we are hit with the EMP and you have power failure, things to think about, totally free. It is linked in the description. You just click on the link, put in your email, it gets emailed to you, and it is a free PDF guide, step-by-step things, nothing, mind-blowing or new, just a guide that helps you remember all of these things. Had a lot of people tell me they appreciate that. Also, if you are concerned about an EMP hitting and frying your electronic devices, electromagnetic pulse being detonated in the air, taking out all electronic devices, there is EMP-proof fabrics and also EMP-proof cases in the description as well. So you can keep your cell phone safe, your fobs for your cars safe, the chips for your cars safe. Also, paper maps you're going to need if your devices do go down, if you're not able to use GPS systems, candles, flashlights, an assortment of different things, extra gas cans. All of these are linked in the description below. So check out those additional resources, and also medical kits. I have links to medical kits, lifesavervault.com. I've actually worked with various doctors and pharmacies in every single state. I believe we've got all 50 now, and they are, you're able to reach out to them and they'll let you know if they can help you out, and they can get you an additional pack of extra medications and supplies. Contact them, see if they can help you out, but trying to get as many resources as possible available so people can access that. Those resources are linked down in the description below. Wanted to make sure to mention that before I go any further, to let you know that I've got resources available down below. And a lot of these are just Amazon links, so yes, you do have to pay for them. The medications, yes, you do have to contact the representative. They'll let you know in the state. You can go ahead and purchase those, but want to make those available if people are interested. And you don't got to use my links. That's totally fine. But just if you want to stock up, you can go ahead and click them, see which ones that we're using, and then also just do your research and see whatever works best for you. But that is available down below. for anybody that's interested. Now, let's go ahead and get back to this. It says, the report of Europe's civilian and military preparedness published on yesterday, was written by former Finnish President Sauli Niinisto in a capacity as special advisor to the President of the European Commission. To the European Commission. Now, it says the report notes that the EU was not prepared for either the COVID-19 pandemic or Russia's aggression against Ukraine, and that it needs to move for reaction to proactive preparedness. So they're saying it's time to not be scared, but be prepared, be ready for what is coming. So you guys, it's what we always say here on the channel. Don't be scared, be prepared. It sounds like that is the motto that the European Union is starting to take. As a part of this strategy, the EU should advise households to be prepared to be self-sufficient for a minimum of 72 hours in the event of emergency. The report says. So let me ask you this. Drop a yes or a no in the comments. Are you ready to sustain your household for 3 days if something were to happen? Do you have the food ready? Do you have the water ready? The flashlights? Do you have the maps? Do you have all of the items that you would need? If it goes for a sustained period of time, do you have the supplies, the toilet paper, all of the stuff that you're going to need that you don't think about? What about waste? Think about all of these things, you guys. Are you ready at this time? Anthony Chance, thank you for the $2 super chat. I see a lot of people saying yes in the comments. Good for you. That is awesome. We've been talking about these things. I report on it all the time. It seems like something is about to happen. As we're approaching elections, things are just intensifying and escalating. Now, if you're somebody that's dropping a no in the comments, but you'll want to get ready, like I said, one of the first things you can do is take a look at some of the items linked down below. And that's okay if you're not ready, but now would probably be a time to get ready. There's nothing wrong with buying some extra water, some extra food, being stocked up just in case. And if you're somebody that's not interested in stocking up, you don't think it's really a serious issue, that's totally fine too, but I'm still going to share with you the latest updates so you guys know exactly what's going on. Now, me personally, this is my opinion on this. If an EMP were to hit or there was some major war or a serious issue that unfolded, I personally am wanting to stock up for more than 3 days. That's just me personally. I would imagine for me, it would be like, hey, man, 3 to 6 months, maybe it's 3 to 6 weeks. It depends. But if an EMP hit, the studies show how long would we be knocked off the grid? It could be quite a while. And even 3 to 6 months, I don't even know if that's long enough. But you got to think to yourself, how much water am I supposed to drink? Well, what do they say? 4 bottles of water a day per person. So if you got a household of 4, that's 16 bottles of water per day. So, 10 days, that's 160 bottles of water. And there's 28, 24, 32 in a case. So think, all right, do the math, get your calculator and figure out how many cases of water do I need to sustain for. Maybe you want to go 3 weeks. Maybe you want to go 3 months. But that's how you go ahead and figure out, okay, let's break down what do I need for a day, and then what do I need for my whole household for a day, and then how far out do I want to stock up on. So this is some of the things you got to think about, just the math of it. This is just the water. Then start thinking about your calorie intake, your rations, your proteins, your carbs, fruits and vegetables, your vitamins, all of these things to start taking into consideration. And this is just the food and water aspect of it as well. But start thinking about how far you want to go out. So this particular article, we're hearing that the European Union is saying 3 days. This is just me personally. If it hits the fan, I would probably want to be stocked up for a little bit more than 3 days. Just my personal opinion. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. But I see a lot of people saying yes, they're ready for a 3-day event, which is the warning that we're hearing that is coming out from the European Union. Now it says it advises states to provide its citizens with guidelines on stockpiling, evacuations, and how to access emergency services, among other things. The survey cited in the report outlines various essential supplies for households to have in case of an emergency, including stockpiles of food, drinks, and medicines, flashlights, battery-powered radios, which is also linked in the description below. I have access to battery-powered radios for you. The advice aims to prepare European Union citizens for emergencies ranging from another pandemic to extreme weather or armed aggression. The COVID-19 pandemic prompted people around the world to suddenly start buying up goods to stockpile, leading to shortages of certain items. And here you can see pictures. It says empty shelves at a Monoprix supermarket in Paris during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. A new report suggests EU citizens should keep a stockpile of key supplies in case of emergencies. And again, you don't need to buy everything that is available. Like I said, do the math. Sit down and actually think it out. Think through, what is my daily consumption? How long do I want to sustain for? And then from there, you can go ahead and make your purchasing decisions. So you don't want to just buy out everything. Just buy what you think you need to be prepared. And that will also allow other people to get their supplies as well. Now, while the report does not cite Russian aggression as the only possible threat, it cites it as a major one. We do not have a clear plan on what the EU will do in the event of an armed aggression against a member state. The threat of war posed by Russia to the European security forces forces us to address this as a centerpiece of our preparedness without undermining the work to prepare for other major threats, the report said. Now, the report notes that while the threat of Russian aggression is felt most by its immediate neighbors, any action by Russia against the EU member state would impact all of the bloc's 27 countries. Now, the territorial integrity and political independence of every member state is inextricably linked with that of other member states and the EU as a whole, the reports said. Now, the report states that empowering citizens should be at the core of the comprehensive preparedness strategy, and that the bloc should raise awareness and encourage self-reliance among its population. It also proposes other EU-wide measures, at least 20% of the bloc's overall budget being allocated to enhancing security and crisis readiness. It also suggests a plan of greater intelligence sharing among the European Union countries. The 165-page report was presented to the EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen on Wednesday. So you guys, this is the update as they are saying, stockpile now. This coming out yesterday, reports coming out on it today, and we're hearing that, like I said, Russia's warning that if war breaks out, this is not going to be isolated just simply to Europe. They're saying it will be coming to the United States as well. So if you are in the EU or you're in the US, we have heard the warnings coming out. Russia is saying the United States, there is a risk of World War III, and if it pops off, the United States will be involved in this too. Now, like I said, this was 2 months ago, but take a look. It is coming back up now. Russia has said that the West is playing with fire by considering allowing Ukraine to strike deep into Russia with Western missiles. Now, again, we are hearing right now that the United States is about to give permission to Ukraine to do this. Why? Because they're saying that if North Korean troops are being sent over to Russia to hit Ukraine, that if we see that unfold, we know that the troops are in Russia right now training. North Korean troops are training in Russia. If they go to the front lines and fight, the United States has said those North Korean troops, they will return in body bags, and that they will give Ukraine the permission to go ahead and hit them with whatever missiles, however they'd like. They give the permission because that is not okay. Now, Russia has said if that happens, they will hold the United States accountable. And take a look. It says they cautioned the United States on Tuesday that World War III will not be confined to Europe. This is a direct threat to the United States from Russia. So what we are seeing unfold here with Europeans being told to stockpile food just in case of war with Russia, this is not going to be confined to Europe. This is also a warning to the United States. And as I shared with you, we are hearing that they are saying, take a look at this. Update. European Union orders citizens to stock up for nuclear disaster. Households should also be prepared for cyber attacks and the use of nuclear weapons. A report has warned, my fellow Americans, you need to prepare as well to survive for days and weeks with your survival supplies. So you can see here, these are the warnings that are coming out across X with the updates that we're hearing in the last 24 hours. Warnings of stockpiling food and supplies for what could be potentially coming here. So, like I said, I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date on this because this is just coming out and we're hearing that it looks like things are going to be escalating here. And we are seeing global alliances taking place. North Korea, Russia, China, Iran. On the other hand, we have the United States, NATO, Ukraine, South Korea, Taiwan, Israel. And let me know your thoughts. Are we about to enter into World War III? Are we about to see things escalate? If so, drop a 3 in the comments. If you think no, drop a 4. Let me know your thoughts. But you guys, it is looking like things are escalating significantly right now as they are saying it is time to stockpile. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And again, like I said, if you have not checked it out yet, I've got links in the description below for you. And also, while you're dropping those 3s and those 4s, letting me know your thoughts on what is going on. Don't forget, take a quick second and hit the like button. I see we've got 3,138 people live with me in the room, 1,272 likes. If we could just get 200 more likes roughly, if you haven't done so yet, get up to 1,500. It's half of the room, helps spread this out further. And also, as I mentioned, YouTube is saying super chats now help spread this out as well. Not necessary. I hate even asking for that or mentioning it, but you know, if you want, it helps a ton. I appreciate it. They're telling me that channels that are getting super chats now, those are the ones that are getting promoted. And I see those 3s coming in. I do see a couple of 4s. I see someone spamming the 4s. Do me a favor, just go ahead and enter your 3 or your 4 once. No need to repeat it over and over and over. Just want to get a feel for the different opinions that are currently in the room right now. We've been in World War III for several years, says Ting Ting. Yeah, actually, we actually heard this from Jamie Dimon. We've heard that when world wars occur, that they will not announce that we are in a world war. Just after everything is said and done, then they'll go ahead and write in the history books, yeah, this was a world war that unfolded, and they'll say this is when it started. And a lot of people saying that World War III, it might have started back in 2022 already when Ukraine was invaded by Russia, or it might have started on October 7th of 2023 when it was that Hamas attacked Israel. And now we're hearing that just from here, things are escalating, they're intensifying, sides are being drawn, and it is turning into global conflict. But it could have been these previous events that kicked it off, and we might already be in World War III, and we don't realize it, that when they go back and write the books, and they write the history books, that right now at this moment, October 31st, 2024, we might already be in the middle of World War III, and we are just waiting for things to intensify and escalate. Rob Harper, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Trump is our only hope. Wow, we are just a couple of days away, you guys. I will keep you up to date on everything so you know. And I see people asking, where is the other channel? Yes, let me go ahead and share that with you so that way if you are interested, you can hop over there because I am getting ready to go live on that channel as well here in just a second. I've got some stuff that I need to share with you guys coming out today as well. So if you are interested, here it is. I am putting it in the chat. There is a link right there. Will take you right to the video. I'm going to pin it for you. So listen, you guys, I've got a big update, little concerning, that I want to share with you guys. It is currently pinned in the comments. So go ahead and click that. Go over to the new channel. Be sure to subscribe. And also on this new channel is where I'm going to be going live for the elections. So if you want to join me on election night, I'm going to be live on that channel right there. So go ahead and join over, and I'm going to share with you guys some information that came out today as well. This is a totally different topic that is going to be over there. We're going to be discussing right now. So do me a favor. If you appreciated this live stream, don't forget, take a second, hit the like button, subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. Why not? These articles are linked in the description below so you can see them for yourself, and click the link that is currently pinned in the comments. I'm going to take you guys over to the other video right now. So I'll see you guys over there. Thank you so much for joining me. That is the latest going on. I'll catch you on the other channel. God bless.